Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. It is Thankful Thursdays. As I say each and every week, we have the activities of our limbs. We ain't in nobody's jail. We ain't in nobody's hospital. Listen, and truth be told, they have a place and space for all of us. We just got to be mindful of the direction in which we're going. If you're tuning in, you're listening to Yeah, I Said It, and before I take it back, I'm gonna add more to it. It's your girl Zsa Zsa. It's Thankful Thursdays. Hey Raylyn, how are you? What's going on? Tanya Champion, the college coach. I am live on my Facebook and my Instagram. Make sure that you follow me on my Facebook and my Instagram and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You know Zsa Zsa because you do. Listen, it's your girl Zsa Zsa, and you are listening to Yeah, I Said It, and before I take it back, I'm gonna add more to it. Listen, I am talking to you guys today about one band, one sound, uncharted territory. What I say? One band, one sound, uncharted territory. Listen, I got Brawless Bra on my other line. I got Allie from Texas. I got YK That's Duh on my IG. Listen, it's your girl Zsa Zsa, and you are listening to Yeah, I Said It. And before I take it back, I'm gonna add more to it. And I know you heard me the first time. If you are tuning in, we are talking all about one band, one sound, uncharted territory. One of the things that I have learned in life is that life gives you different experiences. And the more experiences that you obtain, the better you are equipped to handle the things that come your way. As a young mother, I was prepared to be a mother before I had even became a mom because I had 5 sisters and 3 brothers, okay? And if you know anything about being raised in a single parent household, unfortunately and fortunately, you take on more responsibilities than you anticipate as a kid. And with that being said, we don't know the experiences, whether they be good or bad, contribute to God catapulting us to another level in life. Even those bad things that have happened to us. What's going on, Mother Rivers? I see you, girlfriend. I see you out there, Stretch Chameleon. I'm talking all about one band, one sound, uncharted territory. Growing up in single parent households and the time frames that we're living in now, we often see things repeat themselves. And if we're not careful in this season, we will have a whole nother repeat of what happened earlier this year when it comes to COVID-19. Now, if you're tuning in, listening to Yeah, I Said It, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. I'm talking about one band, one sound, uncharted territory. The beauty about one band, one sound, and uncharted territory is the fact that when you hear those sounds, one band, one sound, you think about historically Black colleges and universities. Unfortunately, I did not have the opportunity or experience to attend one, but I was able to attend for college reviews and when we would go on college trips, college tours. I'm grateful to say that my son will be going to a historically Black college because I want him to understand where he comes from. And a lot of times our experiences in life either are extreme or tumultuous. And unfortunately, in the urban communities, we've all dealt with some traumas and some tragedies. One band, one sound, uncharted territory. We are in a season right now where none of us, who did I say? None of us would have saw this coming. Whether it be your life's changing, your health changing, your relationship status, your financial status, your thought process. So this year, it definitely allowed a pathway to go into a particular direction. Now, what you all have to understand, and this is getting ready to be biased, so I need y'all to share this. I got almost 5,000 followers, and I need about 100 shares of this video because I'm about to drop some information on y'all. And hey, y'all already know. Y'all ain't got a heaven and hell to put me in, so there you go. You're listening to Yeah, I Said It, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. This is the year of the woman. This is the year of the woman. This is the season of the woman. And I've been praying and I've been talking with God and trying to direct my path on where he wants me to be specifically. Because unfortunately, we have had times where we have skipped steps and we have to revert back and go over areas in our lives that we should have passed. And I'm going to tell you something about God. God will continue to allow you to go through the same experiences over and over and over and over again until you get it. There's something that you got to get in that moment. One band, one sound, uncharted territory, the year of the woman. For you knuckleheads out there, you need to go find you a good woman. Lock her down. Not lock her down and use her up. No, you lock her down and you help her build. Because I'm going to tell you something about a woman. Okay? You see, I had to flip my hair when I said it. Let me tell you something about a woman, honey. A woman is going to get things done. Okay? We're going to get it done whether you help us or not. You hear me? A mother is going to take care of her kids, whether that Negro or Niglet or whoever it is, all ethnicities apply. A mother is going to take care of her kids regardless of what's going on. A father is going to do what he's supposed to do for his children, regardless of what's going on. You know why? Because they value the title and the responsibility that comes along with it. See, what you all have to understand is that when you are in unfamiliar territory, uncharted territory, when I was younger, I used to ask God to expand my territory, which was a Jabez prayer, a book that my Uncle Wade, Sylvester Lofton, he used to give us these pink Bibles and these little prayer books. And, you know, my brothers and sisters, they didn't like to read, but I did. So I would ask God, you know, expand my territory, expand my reach so that I could be able to give back to my community in a way that I foresee me doing so. And unfortunately, sometimes you getting to that person and the person you envision, you're going to have to go through some things. You know, I hear people talk all the time, good vibes only, positive vibes. I need good energy. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you, I operate on a different wavelength. I want all the smoke. I want the good vibes, the bad vibes, the good energy, the bad energy. Because you can't get the good without getting the bad. See, some of you all like to skip steps. You don't want to feel the emotions of anger or the emotions of frustration or the emotions of betrayal. But those are the things that are necessary in order for you to be successful. You cannot anticipate going through life thinking everything is supposed to be Heidi-ho, neighborino. Are you Ned Flanders? Because at the end of the day, this is real life. And things happen. The difference between the things happening and allowing those things to happen is what you do after those things have happened to you. I lost my hair. And I could have went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I could have went psychotic. I could have. This started happening to me when I was 13. So to fast forward to my 27-year-old self, where I decided, you know what, I'm gonna just be done with it and going on about these wigs. And I was scared to start my wig line because I'm like, oh, they gonna know I'm bald, and oh my God, and now look at all these people walking around here with wigs. They got hair. Half of y'all bald head too. Yeah, I said it, and before I take it back, I'm gonna add more to it. And I know you heard me the first time, but I said all that to say, when you are in an unfamiliar territory, in an uncharted territory, in an unfamiliar place, you are going to be uncomfortable. There are going to be times where you're going to be uncomfortable. There are going to be times where you feel some type of way. And at the end of the day, when you're talking about one band, one sound, our people, who I say my people, our people, we have to see things in a way that it is so clear that you are not allowing anything or anyone to get in your way of what it is that you're going to accomplish. Now, there are going to be times that you are going to start things and family and friends are not going to support you. You got one day to cry. You got a few minutes to deal with your emotions about who ain't supporting you and who is. Because I'm going to tell you something, in this walk of success, in the Black America, Unfortunately, we are going to have to change the mindsets of so many. And it's only going to happen when we show other people in our community that it is obtainable, that it is feasible, that it can be done. I want the children and the teenagers that are coming up behind me and the young adults, because most of you see me with my son and you see me with my sisters, because I want them to take care of their business when they get to 35 or 25 and they're not trying to still figure out how they're going to operate, living at home with their mama, trying to figure out who going to take care of them, how they going to get a lick, how they going to hit a scam, how they going to do this. And the beauty of it is that when you teach a child when they're young, they will have these skill sets with them forever. I have learned some things from people in my life when I did good and when I did bad. And if you're tuning in, we're talking about One Band, One Sound, the Year of the Woman, uncharted territory. I had some really amazing people in my life as I matriculated through school. You know, I went to McFarland Elementary School off of Joy Road in Cheyenne and Detroit on the northwest side. And I went over to Charles R. Drew Middle School, and we were in the Yellow Hall. We had the homeroom was 815, and we had Miss Brown. And she would have me, I was a part of this organization. It was called Future Homemakers of America, and they changed it to Future Leaders of America, and they changed it, Future Homemakers of America, and they changed it to Family, Career, Community Leaders of America. And then I was a part of an organization called Michigan Youth in Government. I was a part of track team, some pom-pom, school board, all of those different things. And some days were good, some days were bad. Some days I won, some days I didn't make the cut. But I had people in my life that were consistent. Michael Carruthers, Tanya Champion, Coach Dozier, Eric Smith, Philander Asaka, Dr. Richard T. James were people that were in my life that pushed me when I did not feel like being pushed, when I did not believe in myself. Now, here it is, 17 years later, and I'm getting ready to graduate my son from high school. What you all need to understand is that the potential that you possess, there has to be somebody that pushes you and catapults you into that area. There has to be someone that you can say, okay, this person is my saving grace, and they can talk some sense into me to get me on the direction that I need to go in. Because I'm going to tell you something. Black women, we could stop COVID-19 if we really wanted to by putting our foot down. Stop letting these men come over. They ain't got no mask. Don't let nobody get in your car. They ain't got no mask. Everybody washing their hands when they come in the house. See, if we get to a point where we ain't taking no mess, a lot of things would end. One band, one sound. See, when I was a part of the band, and I was a part of track, and I was part of Michigan Youth in Government, everybody had a role to play. The coach knew he was the coach. The players knew they were the players. You knew the playbook because you went to practice. When you didn't go to practice, you didn't play. When you are trying to be successful in life, you got to put in the work. You got to put in the practice. I didn't just spring up and pop up and say, oh, I want to be a speaker or I want to start a television show. I went to school for this. In 2008, I am a graduate from Specs Howard School of Broadcast Arts, RTV 408. I did a duality, TV and radio. That was in 2008. So let's go fast forward 12 years later. You have to understand that success is a process. It doesn't get expedited because you feel like you so such and much and everybody should be buying your stuff or supporting you. You have to build that rapport. And unfortunately, there are going to be times where people that you genuinely love and care about will not be there to help you with that process. And I'm going to tell you something, women, because it is a season of women winning, be the woman that wants to see another woman win. Don't be that broad that's hating, side-eyeing, smoking another woman over, hating, manipulating, backbiting, sugar honey iced tea talking. Because see, some of you women just saw our very first black Vice President Kamala Harris. Let's not make her look silly by embarrassing ourselves in our own community. You know, we are our own biggest competitors. I walk in a room with women, and the first thing that they want to do is smoke me over. I'm okay with that because that's what I've been used to doing. But you have to understand that when you see another black woman or another black man in the room, that is not your competitor. That is not your enemy. That is not somebody that you have to feel like you got to look over your shoulder, because that person should be an extension of what it is that you're trying to build. Now, let me say this disclaimer. There are a lot of black folks that don't care nothing about another black person. Clearly, we have those people in leadership that do not care about our community. They don't care about engaging the community. They don't have a sense of pride or purpose of being an African-American woman or African-American man. They don't teach their children that they're prince and princesses and that they are royalty and they come from a royal priesthood and that they are different and it is okay to be different. No, we don't teach that. We teach them how to twerk, TikTok, swag them out, make sure they fresh to death. But what do they have here that will allow them to sustain through life? See, at the end of the day, it's not about being fake to your community. It's not turning your back to the people that you grew up with. It's moving forward so that you can help the people in your community, the people that you went and say that you holding down the block for. All y'all cats went and scammed all that money and y'all didn't go buy the block, but y'all hood niggas. But y'all love y'all block though. You went and scammed and got the bag. But you mean to tell me you didn't go get nothing with it? You went and made Cartier rich, and the last time I checked, yeah, that's Detroit swag with the Cardis. But do any of y'all own an eyeglass store? I'll wait. We went and gave Hutch all our money. Did anybody decide, let's go put our money together and open up our own jewelry store since we seem to be the only ones getting it? You ain't gonna get your girl a building so she can open up her own beauty supply store? So if we gonna talk about one band, one sound, uncharted territory, the year of the woman, the season of the woman, we are gonna have to protect. We are gonna have to protect our assets. We are gonna have to protect these assets. Our children are our assets. Our men are our assets. Women, we are our assets. But we cannot utilize our assets the way that we should if I'm looking at you all stank. I remember a young lady, she told me the other day, she was trying to, it's a, people don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to say, you hurt my feelings. I didn't like how you talked to my friend. We don't know how to just stick to the point, to stick to the script. You know what I mean? This is why so many people have biased and stereotypical and chauvinistic thought processes when it comes to women, because all we do is do what they say we're gonna do. When they say, oh, black women can't get together, they don't get along, all we do is help that stigma. The woman said she had the mitigated audacity to say my makeup looks like a clown. Now, you mad at me for something I said. What did my makeup do to you? My makeup ain't did diddly squat to you. But what that told me was, you have observed my face to the point where you have the mitigated audacity to even compare me to a clown. When, honey, I could look at a few good pictures and I say you look not just like Bozo the Clown, but you look like Bozo, Barney, Baby Bop, and all of the above. But I didn't go there, because here it is. What do I look like insulting another woman? Because it doesn't help me. Me bringing down somebody else to make myself feel better does nothing for me. But there are some people who feel good when they are over somebody or trying to dictate something from somebody. See, I'm in a season right now where I want God to take any and everybody away from me that I don't need to be connected to. Because at the end of the day, I need consistency and I need loyalty for what it is that I'm trying to build. And you need that as well. You need people on your team that are consistent. They gonna do what they say they gonna do. They gonna follow through, and they are determined, just as determined as you. Unfortunately, you don't get those people with the same people from McFarland and Drew and Mackenzie. You may have a few that are rare. They're rare. You may find you some good nuggets with some people you went to school with. I had a meeting last night with two of them. And we had been talking about working together for years. One of them, we had worked together on a variety of different projects. And last night, we had a whole just brain dump where we was getting to the bag. We wasn't talking about who won the mock elections and who lost. We was talking about getting to the bag, building the bag, securing the community, dealing with stepping up in our community. See, this is the type of conversations that we need to have with one another when we are trying to be successful, because it's a bad space when you're the only person that want to be successful out of your whole team and your whole crew. When you are a genuine, honest, and loyal person and you got a good heart, you want everybody in your crew to win. It ain't just you, the one that's with the sparkly outfit and everybody looking at you. No, you want your whole squad to come in there killing the game. But see, there are some people that are going to be just what they are, your family and your friends, and you're going to have to keep it that way. And then there are going to be some people that you can actually build with. I had to learn to not anticipate and put so much on family and friends. Because as you're building in life, if they support you, great. If they don't, there are billions of people in the world. Billions. My ministry may not be the people from Dexter. My ministry may be the people from Joy Road. My ministry may not be the people from Joy Road. It may be Gratiot. It may not be Gratiot. It may be Georgia. It may not be Georgia. It may be Germany. So that is the mindset that I have. So when it comes down to one band, one sound, when you are saying the same thing, walking the same walk, talking the same talk, it's easier to build with people and you don't feel like you're fighting. See, it was easy for Kamala to take on that role as vice president because she had been leading her whole life. And most of you all were raised in a single parent household and you've been leading your whole life. You've been leading your whole life in a single parent household and you don't even know it. And I get it, moms and dads that are trying to maintain your life. This has been a very different type of year. In my whole life of living. I don't know if that even makes sense. But this has been different for all of us. How we work, how we move, how we motivate. COVID-19 is real. I don't know who created it, why they created it, when it's going to end. But what I do know is we have the propensity to stop it. We do. You hold people accountable. Your friends around here walking around without their mask on. Are you really their friend? You sitting up here entertaining they folly and they foolishness. You should be like, hey dog, you need to put that mask on, cuz. It's real simple. Hey beautiful, I need you to put that mask on. I don't want to go back to that. Like I literally was fighting for my life. Crying for my life. And unfortunately, when it comes to success, and we're talking about one band, one sound. You have to learn to be vulnerable. See, when I was in the band, I was a flag girl. And when I was on track, I ran long distance and mid distance. You had to come to practice. Practice makes perfect. My mentor would say proper planning prevents poor performance. And at the end of the day, if you want to perform well, you are going to have to get in the game. And getting in the game requires you to be consistent. You don't get to take a break. I didn't get to say when I wanted to be a mama and when I didn't. Let me tell you something. If you're a mother or a father in this time frame right now, the best thing that you can do is protect your family and protect what you're trying to build. Because if y'all out here in these streets living your life like it's golden, talking about YOLO, you only live once, I get it. But I want to live after the pandemic. Like, that's when I want to do YOLO. I don't want to do YOLO right now, because YOLO right now will cause me to be dead right now. So you have to be mindful of the decisions that you're making as you walk this life. Because if you really value the people you love, and you really value the bag you're trying to build, and you really value the man you love, and you really value the woman that you love to smash on, if you really love the things that you say that you love, you protect those things. You don't be out here acting on willy-nilly like there's no tomorrow. You protect what you are trying to build. And see, at the end of the day, I saw on somebody's Facebook page. And if you're tuning in, you're listening to I Said It. Before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. And subscribe to my YouTube channel. Listen, one of the things that I want to say is that our experiences in life, when it comes to success doesn't stop if you want it to. It won't stop. It'll keep going. And what your success may be different from somebody else's. So you cannot compare my success with your success, because you don't know what I had to go through to get to where I am right now. See, some of us, we see somebody else's plate and we say, dang, okay, she got a new show, or she doing this, that, and the third. But you don't know the nights that I didn't have it, that I had to borrow, that I had to pray to God, like, God, is this my life? Is this what's really about to go down? This how you doing your girls, y'all? What, like, God, G-O-D, what's up, man? Like, I know I ain't did everything I was supposed to do, you know what I'm saying? And I know I had sinned or whatever and whatnot, but Lord, forgive me, because I'm trying to do better. Because you never know where God will place you. See, I'm going to tell you a story about a story in the Bible, and I ain't trying to be deep or religious. Y'all already know I'm straight up no chaser. But it's a book in the Bible. It's called Esther. I encourage you all, if you get some time, to read it. In the book of Esther, it is a few characters, and those few characters is Queen Esther, and Esther, Mordecai, Haman. And in this book, Queen Esther, in the book of Esther, this woman, they were Jews. And Esther's parents died. So Mordecai was her uncle, and he took her in. He set her up, and the king, he divorced his first wife, Queen Vashti. Told her, you got to go, because you ain't acting right. We're talking about one band, one sound. Long story short, God allowed her to be in a position where she saved her community, because Haman, who was a hater, he worked for the king. And Mordecai, which was Esther's uncle, he low-key heard some fools, some guards out the gate talking about how they was going to kill the king. So Mordecai like, hey, niece, let me put this bug in your ear. Hey, they about to take your mans out. So when Esther heard that, she like, let me go tell my man. So she went and told the king like, hey, king, my uncle just told me, I heard it through the grapevine, that somebody's trying to kill you. And so, long story short, Haman, the hater that worked for the king, tried to get Mordecai set up and killed. There are going to be times in your life where you are going to look to change things. When you look to change those things in your world, there are going to be Hamans in your life that are called haters. They don't want to see you win. They don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you lose a little weight. They don't want to see you change your hairstyle or your lipstick. I'm talking about the year of the woman. They don't want you to be in love. They don't want you to be happy. They don't want to see you successful. They don't want none of that to happen, because they are Hamans. There are going to be some Hamans in your life. But I'm going to tell you something about the God that I serve. The God that I serve says no weapon formed against you shall prosper. And it also says that my enemies came up against me, but they stumbled and failed. See, there are times where things are going to come up against you, and it's not going to feel good. It's going to feel real uncomfortable. People are going to deliberately do things, malicious things. People are going to talk about you behind your back. Yeah, you're going to get some people, they're going to stab you in your back before the year is over. But I'm going to tell you, don't worry about it. You tap yourself on the back, you heal that wound, and you keep it pushing. Because at the end of the day, there are going to be times in your life where you are going to be the only person in the room, and you're going to have to be the person to look yourself in the eye and tell yourself, I did my part. Now they going to have to do theirs. Now dig this. After she put the word in that king was about to get dropped, She finds out Haman trying to kill all her people. Now, she a Jew. Now, dig this. Here it is. I find out they trying to take everybody in Detroit out like they did Flint. See, everything is applicable. You just got to pay attention to what is being said. You don't think they trying to take our people out like they was trying to do Queen Esther's people? When you got a hater in office who don't mind separating people, killing people, degrading people. When you got somebody in leadership, this man worked with the king. He wanted to take a whole group of people out. He didn't just want to kill Mordecai. He wanted to kill everybody. Everybody that was affiliated with him. This is why you never know where God will put you in life, where you will be the one to save your family. Joseph did it for him and his brothers. His brothers sold him into slavery, told their daddy that he got killed, only for this dude to turn around and be a governor. So this is what I'm saying. One band, one sound, uncharted territory. You have to understand that we have to put people in leadership that's saying the same thing, that's doing the same thing. I'm not saying in terms of industry. I'm talking about in terms of mindset. I'm talking about becoming equally yoked. It's not just a thing of marriage. It's a thing of relationships. It's a thing about friendships and business partners. All of those things are a conglomerate of that. And if we're not taking COVID-19 serious within our community was the community that suffered the most. Ain't y'all paying attention? Like, this is the underlay for the underplay. And if we're not careful, what we'll end up doing is allowing stuff to happen. We have allowed things to happen, and I ain't allowing it to happen on my watch. I got a baby that's getting ready to graduate from high school, and I'll be damned if he don't get the future that I fought so hard for. I got talked about, beat, bruised, backstabbed, and all type of stuff to make sure that he get the best future possible. Your children deserve the best future possible. And even if you don't have kids right now, oh girl, I ain't having no kids, or I don't want no kids, or nah dog, I don't got no kids because I don't know if I'm gonna have some kids. You're gonna want to have some kids one day. You're gonna fall in love and meet somebody someday and want to have kids. You're gonna adopt a puppy, a cat, or something. Something is gonna spark your interest, and you're gonna care about something. And there is gonna be a situation where you don't have the right people in place, and you're gonna wish that you did. We have to be one band, one sound. It is important that you put that pride aside. That I don't know why is her. Let me tell you something about me. Okay, I'm straight up no chaser. You ain't got a heaven and hell to put me in. You tuning in to Yeah I Said It, and before I take it back, I'm gonna add more to it. What you all have to understand, there are some people who have it, and then there are some people who don't. And what I mean by it, it's the it factor. It's the it factor. It's the ability to just have it. You just have this thing. And then there are some people, they have to find their it. They have to find that passion and that purpose that keeps them going and rolling. And they have to find that thing that draws them in. And that way they can live that life that they're looking. But if you don't do any of those things, and if you don't tap into that, tap in, you gonna miss it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all, it's a wave that's going on. It's a whole world that's getting ready to happen. Not just within our country, but right here in our city of Detroit. And if you're not careful, you'll end up missing that bus of prosperity and that bus of success because you are hating and you too focused on what somebody else doing and you ain't focused on your focus. We're talking about one band, one sound. You need to get and accumulate your life and coincide and collaborate with some people and say, okay, look, this all I got. This is what I can do. Can you help me? There were times where I was embarrassed. I didn't want to seem like I didn't have it all together. Because guess what? Y'all know me in real life. Y'all know me in real life. I be at the gas stations, the liquor stores, the grocery stores. I'm out here. I ain't hiding. And even when I become to the point where God is going to bless what I'm doing because his hands is on it. I just met with a millionaire last night. And the only reason why I was able to meet with this millionaire last night is because a month ago, I was at a restaurant and his son was trying to talk to me. He was a young guy, and you know, I'm not a cougar, okay? Not yet, you know, so I wasn't trying to, But he was like, you know, we started rapping and talking and chopping it up about, you know, life, business stuff. And he was like, man, you know, I like you. You, woo, 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 woo. He hit me up. He said, hey, you know, I talked to my dad about you, da-da-da-da-da, woo, woo, woo. He want to meet you. Now dig this. He want to invest in businesses. He's a millionaire. What are the odds that here I am, just chopping it up, being nice, being Zsa Zsa, and I was talking to the son of a millionaire? You don't know who will bless you. You don't know where your blessing will come from. God will use the least of them to do the great things. And while you picking and choosing who you think is supposed to be successful, or picking and choosing who you think should get God's blessings, you might want to be careful. Because I'm going to tell you this. I don't force my hand to nobody. I almost lost my family because of it. See, sometimes you'll force feed somebody something that they're not ready to digest. It's like giving a piece of steak to a baby. What fool would give a piece of steak to a baby? Because the baby is not ready to digest that meat. But you get that baby a steak when they turn about 6 or 7. You cut it up in tinier pieces and they're able to digest it. And then when that baby gets about 9 or 10, they're able to maneuver that meat themselves. And when they get to about 14, 15, 16, now they're able to cook that meat themselves. Now when they get 19, 20, now they out here going to go get their own. So what you have to learn to do is, you can't force your hand with people. You give it to them and you offer it to them. What the old saints used to say, you can take a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. We can offer the opportunities all day long. But if you don't take advantage of the opportunities that are being presented before you in this time frame that we will never get again, you will watch everybody matriculate in life, and you'll want to know, where was I at when all this happened? Because see, there was a time in my season when all hell had broke loose. So right now, I'm enjoying these successes, okay? I had other women, because we're talking about one band, one sound, the year of the woman, uncharted territory. I had people in ministry. I had people in friendship, childhood friends, business acquaintances, associates, treat me like sugar honey iced tea, to the point where I wanted to leave my church because I did not appreciate how I was being treated by women that I looked up to, that I received wisdom from. But I'm going to tell you something about betrayal and that hurt and those unfamiliar territories and those uncharted territories. Sometimes you're going to have to get hurt in order to get the help. And unfortunately, we live in a world where people will force their experiences and traumas on you. You ain't did nothing to nobody, but they tripping out, spazzing out, hate women. Why they hate women? Well, they ain't gonna tell you that they went through all of these different traumas. Cause everybody a G. Ain't nobody went through nothing. Everybody got their life together. Everybody is just like so perfect, and nobody has had any trials or tribulations, you know. Nobody lost any of their loved ones this year. This stuff is real. I went to the doctor the other day because I felt a lump in my left breast. Ain't nobody got time to be playing no games. You know, you usually hear about somebody with breast cancer or something like that, and I'm not claiming that at all, okay? You could take these breasts. Take these breasts. I don't want them. I go get some new ones, and when you see me with them, y'all just mind y'all business and turn the other way, okay? Listen, if you're tuning in, you're listening to Yeah, I Said It, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. This is what I want you all to do. Learn to be vulnerable. It's okay. May not always feel good, may not always be the best, but learn to be vulnerable. Because in your vulnerability, saying that I need help, it allows another person to walk into your life and bless you and pull you up. Find like-minded people. It's okay for you to walk away from your homies from the block. It's okay. It's not going to make you any less black, and it's not going to make you any less affiliated with the hood in which you come from. Let me tell you something. When I make it to the top, I'm going to still be screaming Joy Road to the death of me. But at the end of the day, I'm going to know where I need to go and what I need to do in order for me to get there so that I can go back and help Joy Road. It ain't a matter of yelling out 7 Mile all day, Van Dyke, all of that. If you ain't helping 7 Mile, if you ain't helping Van Dyke, if you ain't helping that area in which you come from. When was the last time you went over to the area in which you grew up and cleaned up? Or not just ride around your hood and say, this is where I came from. This is what happened. I grew up in the trenches. What are you doing to go back and help the trenches in which you come from? So now that you have acquired a certain amount of success, what are you doing to help the community in which you came from? That part. Yeah, I said it, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. Listen, this is the year of the woman. This is the year of the woman. This is the season of the woman. Listen, men, if you're single, you need to go find you a good old woman. She going to get you good on together. And if you are a good woman, continue to be a good woman. Okay? Boaz found his wife working. Okay? Not twerking. Working. That's where Boaz found his wife. Working, not twerking. But I'm saying, if twerking gotta go, do you. I ain't got a heaven and hell to put you in. Listen, I want you to continue to be engaged. Women, I am charging you to be the woman that you wish somebody was to you. Be that mentor, men, that you wish you would have had. There is somebody that needs not only your wisdom, but your experiences. And if you need help with putting these things into word form, I'm here to help you. Slide in my DMs. I know that my show is coming along. I've been meeting with the people in LA, and I'm really excited because, I helped Dorinda Clark Cole on her TV show. And I actually was her writer. And she would say my words, and I would be sitting in the back at the teleprompter talking about Dorinda Clark Cole, the rose of gospel is reading my words. And I would sit there and imagine, and it's actually getting me teary-eyed because she would let me pretend I was doing my own show. I didn't have a job. She would pay me. I'm literally about to cry, y'all, for real. She would pay me. And I would talk to the guest before they got on the show. And I would go in the green room and prep the guest. And she would have somebody come cater at the studio. And it would be like, this is going to be me. All I need is a chance. All I need is a chance. This is about to be me. All I need is a chance. And sometimes you may not see it. My bishop says, Bishop J. Drew Shear, shout out to him. If you don't see it before you see it, you never will see it. If you can't see it before you see it, you never will see it. And I saw myself doing what I'm doing right now. Listen, one band, one sound, uncharted territory. Let's get it. Men, get you a good lady. Back her, support her. You see some women out here that are on the grind, that's doing their thing. Support these women. They trying to hold it down for y'all knuckleheads. Yeah, I said it before I take it back. I'm going to add more to it. And check on your loved ones that are in prison because they have been highly exposed to the COVID virus in prisons. My brother called me the other day and he said to tell y'all people to protect themselves that's locked up. And don't act brand new like y'all ain't got nobody locked down, because I do. And I want to make sure mine is straight. I want to make sure my people is good. And some of y'all fake. Y'all did the jugs with these guys, and you didn't even write them a letter. You ain't sent them no money. You ain't put none on their books. and you got away. They didn't. And then you talking about that's your man's. That ain't your man's if you can't even put $20 on his books. Now, y'all was able to run up some checks, and you mean to tell me that you can't hold your man's down? You ain't his real homie. Listen, it's your girl, Zsa Zsa. You listening to Yeah, I Said It. And before I take you back, I'm going to add more to it. Listen, success is only what you make it. So let's make it count. Peace.